Welcome to Sonoma. We are live here for the Red Sox Racing League. Race number 2 out of the 6-week schedule. Coming in after a great week last week at BIR. It was Ross Booth picking up over the win over Joe Burchett. As now we come out west to California, ready to get this race underway here from Sonoma. We are on the Cup Circuit, or the Long Circuit, whichever you want to call it. But it should be a fun night here around this tricky racetrack, and we'll pop up race information just in case some of you guys might want to see exactly where we are and how big this track is and all that good stuff. Maybe if I can figure out what I'm doing, we'll pop it up, that is. You would think I'd be used to this overlay by now, and well, I'm unfortunately apparently not. Anyway, here we go. Hey, as you look, a Red Sox Racing League here, 82 degree track temp, 77 degree air temp. And you can see all the tricky turns here around this very tough racetrack. Should be fun. A lot of altitude change. That's going to make things very fun for us to be able to broadcast. But should be about ready to go here. As Ross Booth, not much of a surprise right now, I don't think. Never mind. Joe Burchett jumping to the top of the board. We've seen this before. We've seen where guys like Tommy Ryan will jump up at the last second, take that top spot away. So let's get into qualifying right now as we jump over and watch Ross Booth. What we're going to do is actually put the track map up. That is each number of the position and where they are on the track map. Hopefully that helps. Actually, better yet, let's just, we'll just leave that. That works. Here's your lap times currently for Ross Booth. A 1:27.245, his best lap. We'll see how he does here. I noticed earlier when I was watching him, he may have 2 attempts at this, by the way, but I noticed earlier when I was watching him, he was actually having some trouble down in one of the final corners, and we'll see. Hopefully that don't happen this time. Let me actually fix this real fast while I'm thinking about it. Big shout out to Not Your Average Grain. If you are not familiar, make sure you check them out. Of course, we are here for the Red Sox Racing League, but of course, Not Your Average Grain. .com. Check them out. We're going to take this, make it a little bit smaller, and we're going to stick it right up here in the corner. And that's where it'll be at tonight. Check them out. Military-owned or veteran-owned, part of the active military, and make some really cool stuff. So make sure you head over to Ross Booth. He went a little bit wide in that turn. That was interesting. I think he's actually setting up for his run this lap. So we're going to kind of stay with him here as he works to the start-finish line. See how this lap actually is. I think that actually might have been his out lap. If it wasn't, it was just a slow lap. He may have been doing that to warm up the tires. This will be his only attempt at going back to the pole. So we'll be watching here very close to see how it works out for him. All right, here he goes through one of the long corners. This is actually the drag strip that he's on right now, working off the drag strip up the little hill right here. Not much of an altitude change here into a right-hand turn. In that Gorilla Glue Ferrari, that's what he's driving. Oh, he actually might have just had an off track. He went way up over the bump, and that's going to end his lap. Who's out next? Let's see. Tommy Ryan, we cannot count him out. Actually, just put down his lap. A 1:27.886. I think he's going to get another attempt at it. His qualified is coming to an end, so we'll check back with him in just a moment. Here's Roger Rios. He's actually currently 7th in the board in the Porsche. So here he comes to the start-finish line. His best lap of 1:28.234. We'll see if he can improve on this one. He does. 2:31. Does not move him up, however. David Berry coming to the checker at 27.907, his best lap. Let's see if he improves. He does not. 27.952. Still waiting on Tommy Ryan. Reed Rundle also out on track. You can see him, the number 8 car. Across to the start-finish line. Not going to improve. A 1:28.486. That leaves us with 2 drivers out on track. David Berry who I don't think his lap's going to count. And then Tommy Ryan, he's our final driver, and he looks really fast right here, working down the hill in that number 18 Ferrari. We'll see how he does as he comes up to the hairpin corner. Hard on the brakes, right on the bumper. Oh, this looks really good. This is going to be one of them laps where he jump up at the last second. He's been top 5 pretty much all of practice, which is kind of uncharacteristic what we normally see him. Does he improve? He does. 127.703 keeps him P5. Not good enough. Joe Burchett, I believe, will pick up. I think David Berry might actually get a chance to finish his lap. Let's see. Either way, we'll wait to confirm this. Will Joe Burchett be able to get his first pole here tonight? He will. David Berry coming down pit lane. So Joe Burchett, you see his name on the bottom, picking up the pole award here tonight for the Red Sox Racing Series here from Sonoma. Of course, Joe, and there's a couple other guys in here as well that does have familiarity with this place because the Cup Series and runs here, and he's a big NASCAR Cup guy and races a lot of oval stuff, so he should be pretty familiar with this place. I've watched him win here a couple times. But either way, gridding has begun, and we can take a look here at your grid. Hopefully, if I can click the right button. There's how they will line up. We wait on a couple of them going by. You see David Berry and Tommy Ryan is 5th and 6th. Roger Mathis, Reed Rundle in 8th out of Michigan. Mark Wilson, that's a name I expected to be up there a little bit higher. It's Terry Dawn to 53. Bill Palucki going to be starting 12th. Christopher Jimenez, Kevin Kyle, Scott Hustad, Dennis Griffin, James Prostel, Tyler Beeman, who I'm not very familiar with. Derek Pemberton, good to see him back in here. I got a funny thing about Derek here, and I'll tell you in just a moment. As the grid has started to fill up. Now I can show you Derek and a little bit of funny story about him, about what he's doing right now as we try to get down to his car. There you go. So, as you can see, this is the number 81 or 82 of Derek Pemberton. And a funny story about Derek is that he is actually at a military base right now. He actually was called out for the National Guard. He's a military police, and he's called out to try to, work on helping with coronavirus and all that stuff right now in training for stuff like that or whatever. But he's actually in a motel room right now. He goes to work every morning with the National Guard, and he gets off around 5, 6, something like that. And here he is again tonight in that overtake, speed51.com, all that good stuff as we get set to go. So pretty cool. I want to thank Derek again for that. But there's Joe Burchett, overtake teammate driver as well. Looking to try to get that first championship still. And he's got some more work to do here tonight as he's going to try to be able to beat out Ross Booth, Dave Hill, Mitch Heller, David Berry, and, Tommy Ryan. So here we go. Ready to take the green flag here in just a moment. You see a lot of these cars running single file. This is actually going to help them warm up the tires. You see Joe moving around a little bit right now in the 83 car and trying to warm up some tires. He'll do that. A lot of these guys will do that. Let's actually hop on board. We can actually get a little bit better idea of what these guys are going to be facing at the back half of this track. Just on board with our pole sitter, as he's actually on the drag strip right now. Pretty cool looking shot though of in car. So 20 drivers I think are starting. Tim McLeish maybe starting from the pits, I'm not sure. We'll wait and see if he is able to get out there and race. Here they come to the S corners. Now, one of the corners that's going to be very tough corner is right here coming up. This little right-hand corner, you take this basically full throttle or really fast either way. We see some guys going off there in practice right here. And then, of course, that final corner is going to be a great passing opportunity. We'll have to wait and see if drivers are able to do such. But here we go. Ready to get this one underway. Oh, sorry, guys. I've got to move my volume thing over here. If the volume is too low for the cars, please let me know. We're trying to fix our volume a little bit more. So here we go. Green flag set to come out this time. And green flag out in the air. Up the hill. This is a very tricky corner right here up the hill. Joe Burchett is able to keep that lead right now up front. Everybody pretty much single file for the most part. You guys can see that, which is not surprising. This is Reed Rundle. Oh, there's somebody going off the track. That was Mitch Heller who goes off. And he was starting really well. And there's Derek Pemberton, who also... No, wait. I lied. That was Joe Burchett. What happened to him? This is out of the ordinary. This is big implication here. Remember, you are allowed one bad race. So, did he have help or was it just a mistake? It was just a mistake. And the leader goes around here. That's a big one. You see a lot of guys trying to avoid him. Wow. Tough break there. Back live, Joe Burchett, all the way back to P number 15 now. So Ross Booth back up front. Joe can still win this one or have a good finish. He's just got to finish decent and stay consistent. Tires should be warmed up for him now, that is. Tommy Ryan moves up to third already. He's up 2 spots. I want to go ahead and mention Joe Burchett already has passed 2 cars since that incident. He's already back up to 13th. Starting to close in on 12th. So this is going to be an interesting watch. We'll try to watch him throughout the night because we know he's extremely fast. As he works up the hill, it's going to be fun to watch him. He works right now behind Scott Hustad, who's not a slouch by any means. Scott knows how to get around a lot of these racetracks. Very tough pass or driver to pass. Joe taking a peek to that right side. And able to complete that. Now he's coming up on that same corner where he had issues on right there. It looks like he's able to get around it this time. Reed Rundle went off track. Actually still falling back, I believe. Yes, Reed Rundle is done. He has went to the pits. Or he's done for now at least. Let's see if we can see what happened. This is Reed. Oh, he actually just overcorrected a little bit. Unfortunately, going to end. That driver's not. Now we would jump back live here once again. That Gorilla Glue car up front. That is a car we are used to seeing up front. Right now, this is our biggest mover. Robert's doing a great job. He's up 5 spots from where he started. Jump around here, just looking around at our top 3. How about Roger Rios? He's done a fantastic job here rolling in 4th. Really good job so far. Terry Dahl, he's up 3 spots from where he started. He's done a great job capitalizing on some of the incidences that happened in front of him. Keep in mind, guys do get a bonus point for qualifying. I believe they get one for qualifying on the pole, but I know they get one for finishing a race with 0x. We are certain of that, so we will actually show that 0 incidents and all that. And you guys can see it pop up over on your left side. The guys that have that 1X right now, Mark Wilson, the highest runner that has that 1X. That is just an off track. But Ross Booth still leading this one as he goes through the hairpin. Let's take a lap around with our leader right now. Ross always a smooth driver as he works up the hill. Reed Rundle back out on track as well. It's good to see him back out. Here's that hard right-hand turn right here. Used to the Cup circuit, you would actually go straight right there, but they have changed it since then, which is currently what we're running right now, that Cup circuit. So into a right-hand turn, very tricky right-hand turn right here. Good passing opportunity for someone if you're able to close in the gap. A little bit of a wheel spin there on Ross's car, able to keep it going straight through the S's. Now, the only part where I noticed Ross was having trouble earlier in practice was right here coming up in this corner. Right now, he's doing a really good job not pushing it as hard as what he normally does. And there's your lap around Sonoma in race pace. Let's check back on Joe Burchett. Remember, he was your was your race leader. Had the pole position, fell all the way back. I believe it was the 16th, and here he is now. Something just happened to Mitch Heller as well. We're going to jump back to him. No, something did not. He actually was just on pit lane. Joe fell all the way back to 16th, and now he is back up to 7th, and he's continuing to work forward. Terry Dahl getting some pressure put on him from Christopher Jimenez. Derek Pemberton is out of the race. Tough break there. See Terry right there, still getting a little bit of pressure on from Christopher Jimenez, who's right behind him. Christopher's actually picked up 4 spots since the drop of the green flag. We can actually check something here. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Last couple of laps between them two. Jimenez has been faster every lap so far, besides the first one. And I don't know why our race timer's up here messing up, guys. Really weird. It's happened like that a couple times already. We'll figure it out. But either way, this race is 30 minutes long. Give me just a second. I may try to load this back up. We're having some trouble on our end with our race thing over here. We'll get it back up here in just a second as you continue to watch Terry Dahl here work around the track. There we go. Now our time's working right. I want to make sure that was fixed. Back up front with Ross Booth, as he's pretty much checked out. What I want to do right now is actually pop this up as well and show the interval between the next driver in front of them. You guys can see it. That's live timing on your screen. Ed Sutcliffe putting the pass on. Robert, what happened to Robert? He actually was dropped back quite a bit. Remember, he was up inside top 10 And now he's on pit road. Now, I cannot tell if there's damage to that car. I'm trying to get down there so I can see it before he hits his pit road. Yeah, he got into a wreck right there. Hard damage on that left side. So he's going to go ahead and come down, take that repair, I would guess. He was doing such a good job, too. How about Tommy Ryan? He's up to second. Dave Hill back to third. Once again, we'll pop up the incident limit here on the board. You guys can see the off tracks and all that good stuff that guys have had. Actually, that is since the last time we showed it, by the way. Keep in mind, we did have to restart our overlay, so everything's not completely up to date. But Joe Burchett started P1, dropped way back because of a wreck. He's already back up to P6, trying to run down Mark Wilson, who is a fantastic road racer. Scott Hustad. He's up quite a few spots, I believe. Is that Olympus number 12? Right now it's a Ferrari, Ford, Porsche, BMW, BMW. So right now Ferrari's leading the way here, which is kind of surprising, I think. The BMW has been the car that has been on fire as of late from everybody that talks about it and all that good stuff. By the way, here, Kevin Kyle, James Prostell. James actually ran a great paint scheme last season. It was a purple paint scheme. He kind of reversed the colors on it this season. Absolutely love the paint scheme. He does a great job. It's a good looking ride. I like that. Walk to end, all timers. C works down through the final corner. Back up front with our race leader. He is saying goodbye to everyone. As we can get a look here at our lap time history over the past couple laps. He is 2/10 faster last time, 4/10 the time before that, 5/10 and then 8/10 on Tommy Ryan. So Ross Booth is, just going great lap times here. Just looking through the field right now. Terry Dahl up to 7th. Christopher Jimenez. Bill Paul Lucky is in 9th right now. Closest battle is still right here in 11th with Kevin Kyle and James Prostell. Let's see if we can actually get a look here at their lap times compared to each other last few laps. You can see Prostell was faster the last 3 laps. Last time it was Kyle a little bit faster. Up front, how about the battle for second? Tommy Ryan, Dave Hill, Roger Mathis, all within reach of each other. We are 14 minutes into this event as we get set to go for pit stops here coming up in just a few moments. Remember, each guy has to pit at least one time. During the race, don't run 35% fuel load. So everybody has to pit at least one time. Tommy Ryan still trying to hold on against Dave Hill. Looking at their lap time history, looks like Dave Hill has been closing the gap. Not by much, but he is. But you better watch out for Roger Rios. He's done a great job of closing this up as well. If we jump back to Dave Hill, you can see Roger's time really quick here in the last couple laps. And he's starting to smell some blood in the water here for that third spot. That could be a big night for him. That would be awesome to see. Ed Sutcliffe has had an issue. Let's see what happened to him. Actually, he just left pit road, so there's your issue, I guess. Once again, we do know pit stops are going to be coming up here anytime, as we are on 16 minutes into this one. Here's Joe Burchett taking a peek to the inside. This is for top 5. Burchett going to battle back really nice after that first lap mishap. He may have a chance to put himself in a good position here for a top 3. He's wanting to win a championship in here so bad. It's absolutely insane. I've known Joe for a while now and noticing how bad that he really wants to win a championship in here especially. I haven't seen him really that determined to win one in a league in a while, so it's good to see that. Roger Rios goes off track. Oh, he wrecked. Oh, tough break there as Rios goes off track. Trying to hold on. He just lost it a little bit. That's a tough break. Here's the replay of it. He carried too much speed and went around. Got back on the gas a little bit too early. And he still is our highest running Porsche. That's a tough break. I mean, he only drops back to 5th, but still. Now up front is our normal gang that we see as of late. Ross Booth, Tommy Ryan, Dave Hill, Joe Burchett. There's Roger in 5th. Mark Wilson still in 6th. Terry Dahl currently 7th, we see right now. Pit stop's going to be crucial, I promise. We already know that. You guys are going to have to deal with that here soon. Dennis Griffin has entered pit road. You guys can see when they pit on the left side, it'll pop up on the screen. Roger Rios just had another accident on track. And you see it right there. He went off track and then came back on. The last couple laps have not been friendly to Roger. That's such a tough break. We know that guys will not be taking tires when they stop. That's just something we already know about and will not happen. Tommy Ryan and Dave Hill still nose to tail pretty much. Joe Burchett working out of the final corner as well. He's trying to close that gap up for a top 3. And there is Mark Wilson, Terry Dahl. And there is Roger Rios, who trying to close that gap in that Porsche. Christopher Jimenez right behind him. Bill Pawlucki still trying to close that gap up. Once again, shout out to our awesome sponsorship, veteran-owned, NotYourAverageGrain.com. Check them out. We do appreciate that very much. It's one of the awesome things that I got to see is Tyler Beeman has hit pit road. Really cool to see veteran-owned companies, especially this time. We're going on this crazy life right now, or crazy time. Make sure you check them out. We do much appreciate that awesome sponsorship from them, and we hope that we can help promote their business even more as the future goes on. It's really awesome. Somebody just crashed, and I don't know who it was. I've seen it pop up on the... Not sure who it was, but unfortunately somebody just crashed, and I'm not sure who it was. Dave Hill on pit road. Joe Burchett staying out. So I'm thinking Joe Burchett kind of learned a little bit from Ross last week when Joe stayed out, which Joe got caught up behind a lap car, which kind of hurt him last week a little bit, but Ross had a little bit of mishap right there. But we'll see when these guys hit. But as you look, Dave Hill coming into his pit box. He did cut some of the pit lane off, which is smart. He slides in. Oh, he misses his box. He has to back up a little bit. Tough break there. Here, that's one thing we continue. That's why we watch pit road. This is Terry Daw on pit road. Coming in. He's a little bit slower getting into his box, but still a good job. Christopher Jimenez does a good job. Bill Pawlucki does a great job as well. Ross Booth. Should be seeing him leave pit road. Or seeing Ross Booth hit pit road, should I say. Probably this time I would guess. There he comes. I know him, Tommy, and Joe, all three should hit pit road here. There comes Tommy. And I'm going to guess Joe would hit here as well. And now we're going to watch Ross come down into that box. Cutting some of that corner off, very smart. As he pulls into his box. Here at the very end of pit road. Did Tommy stay out? I think Tommy actually did. Joe Burchett, should I say. Coming into his box this time. Looking good there. He's fine. Mark Wilson, he's fine. Scott Hustad coming down. Kevin Kyle also making a stop. Hustad is coming into his box right there. Kevin Kyle right there. Looked pretty good. So now Tommy Ryan is the one we're really watching, as he needs to hit pit road here as well. Now, I don't expect him to take too much fuel here at the beginning to the end. We've ran, how many laps have we actually ran? 16. And we are only, 7, 8 minutes away from ending this one? Yeah, he may only need to take maybe about 20%, or maybe not even that. Yeah, I'll say about 20%. Maybe 15. He was really hot getting in the pit road. Slows down good enough. We'll see how he does. Watch him to cut that off just a little bit. Yep, there he goes, cutting that corner off. Here comes the Ferrari. Now, can Ross Booth get back in front of him after the pit stops? He had a pretty big lead, so really can Tommy close the gap in after this pit stop. Here comes Ross right there, completing the pass. And you see the distance. That's pretty big over Tommy Ryan, who's right here. Dave Hill tries to close the gap up on him. James Prostel also on pit lane. what we'll do here in just a moment, we will actually compare pit stop times from Ross to Tommy. That goes for the entire lap plus pit stops. And see if Tommy was able to close in a little bit on the pit stop or not. We are coming up only on 5 minutes left of this one. And Joe Burchett has had an issue here on pit road, or here. Able to keep going and stays in fourth. I think Mark wasn't trying to close the gap up, but it looks like Joe was able to stay there. Let's see, off the corner, just spun it around. Luckily it wasn't that bad of an incident, so he's able to keep going. And still holds in fourth. That's one beauty thing about having that big of a gap. Because trust me, even though you do get one drop week, this could work out for Joe in the long run. We just have to wait and see here around week 6. But this is really going to work out for Ross Booth if he's able to get back-to-back wins. Real quick, by the way, let's do this. Lap history, here you go. So you can actually see right there on lap 15 to 17. Tommy was actually a little bit faster, to be honest, on pit road time compared to Ross. By almost a second total time. That worked out pretty good, but, you know, still didn't help him too much. And looking back through the field. Oh, there's some contact. David Barry and Robert making a little bit of contact. Something we don't see too much of here often, especially this late in the race. Either way, back up to our leader. Booth has done a great job here once again tonight. Scott Hustad off the track. See if we can see what happened here. I think he just lost it out of that corner. Actually started losing it up the hill. You can just hear the tires squilling up the hill. That's what it was. Gets out in the dirt and around it goes. Lost quite a few spots too. Fell all the way back to 15. White flag should be out in the air this time for Ross Booth, I would believe. Joe Burchett around once again. And that's where we actually see Ross having some trouble. Was actually in this corner. Right here, I bet he went too wide. This is exactly what Ross was doing in practice. And you see it right there. Joe just not on the brakes and unfortunately loses a couple spots. He falls all the way back to 7th now. Does have a chance to close up to 5th. We'll have to wait and see if that's possible, though, possibly here on the last lap. Meanwhile, Ross Booth is, well, he said goodbye to the field. Actually, behind him, Tommy has kind of closed up. Tommy and Dave Hill both kind of have. You see it right there. I think Tommy or Ross might have had a little bit of trouble somewhere, but or it might just be taking it easy. Still pretty good gap. As he gets ready to work into what should be the final corner. Actually, you know what? This actually might not be the last lap. We'll have to wait and see. May have to go one more. Either way, Ross Booth is going to get the white flag this time. Here from Sonoma, you see first, you see second and third, and someone, Dave Hill, just absolutely killed the wall. Yeah, he's wrecking right here at the end of the start-finish line. Not sure, able to keep going for now. Now he's pulling over. Yeah, that car's done. I believe the toe got knocked out. He is actually back to pit lane. Wow. Watch this. I seen this way back, and I was trying to figure out. He got the wall good right there. Oh, that's a tough break. The last lap, too. And that's going to end his knot. So Ross Booth, no pressure behind. Not Mark Wilson up inside the top three. Roger Mathis in fourth. Ross Booth working through the next to final corner. Knocking over a cone on the way, because why not? And Ross Booth, he's going to see the checkered flag here with ease in this one. He had dominated this one once again. Ross Booth, checkered flag from Sonoma. Second place, going to go to Tommy Ryan as he cruises to second. And here's your third position. Mark Wilson going to get third. Fourth place going to go to Roger Mathis. Fifth place, Joe Burchett. And K-Dog going to finish in P6. Christopher Jimenez going to finish in P7. Bill Paul Lucky finished P8. Kevin Tile, he's going to bring it home in ninth place. Not bad. And Robert coming down pit road. Actually, I think that's, yeah, I believe it is over for him as well. There you go. Ross Booth puts it in victory lane here once again. As you see him on your screen right now. We'll try to talk to him here in just a moment. Maybe if I can. There we go. How about Ross Booth, though? Not bad at all. We're going to try to talk to him in just a moment, as he does pick up the win here at Sonoma. We're waiting on a couple guys to come in. We will grab the interviews. Two wins in a row. Don't think you're going to complain about that way as you start the season off. We'll wait and see if we can grab any interviews here. We got to wait till these guys go all the way back around. That's just the way they do. You have to make it all the way back around to pit lane. If not, it's actually a 4-point penalty. So it's a big thing, especially as tight as this league is most of the time. Definitely a big deal. Alrighty, so let's see who we got for our in-race interview first. We will take on Ross Booth, finishing P1. Ross, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, man, 2 for 2 so far this season. And, well, this race wasn't even close as last week. Let's just be honest. You dominated here at Sonoma. You said you was actually a fan of this track, and you proved it here tonight.
Yeah, I uh I guess I'm really good here. I just like you gotta coast and you really gotta be really, really smooth, and I think I'm pretty good at that. And you just if you go off here, it's like VAR. You're just toast. Anywhere you go off here, you're done for. So I was able to just take it easy out front there. I think not really sure what happened to Joe there. He just sort of spun. I'm not probably just cold tires. The session got really cool, so not really sure what happened. But we're happy. We like you said, we're 2 for 2, and we'll go for 3 for 3 next
So
week.
I got to ask you once again because it seems like every time I ask you this, it works out for you the next week. Laguna Seca, a place where everybody should be somewhat familiar with. How do you feel about taking these cars there? We have been there before, but it's been a few seasons now.
Uh, yeah, I like that track too. Yeah, it's another one of those can't really make a mistake or they'll eat you up. But it should be a good one next.
Well, man, another good week for you. It works out. Points helping you here as the race continues on next week, week 3. Shout outs and all that you want to give out?
Just shout outs to my team, to Dave, to Wilson, to everyone from IG Motorsports and TMC Racing, and uh, big thanks to Terry and to Les. I'm not really sure what's going on, but shout out to Les. I think something happened within his family,
Oh,
so we're thinking about you, buddy. And this one's for him and his family.
hey, for
Family.
sure, man. Hey, good job tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Next up, Tommy Ryan. Going to finish in P2. Tommy, you got a copy?
Yeah, man, 10-4, what's up?
Man, you was not fast in practice. Well, you was fast, but let's be honest. I mean, top five's fast, but you wasn't the fastest in qualifying. And I don't know what it is, but when the race starts, it's something switches in your head and you just are lights out. But another P2 finish here tonight. Not a bad night by any means. Are you happy with that?
I wasn't happy that I couldn't keep pace with
Right.
Ross. You know, you start judging yourself on speed against him and Joe and Dave Hill there.
Right.
You know, and I practiced this week, and you know, I'm used to running oval cars around here, and I just never had a whole lot of confidence coming up the hill after turn 1, and I just, you know, I just had to keep the mindset because man, I have made so many mistakes over the last couple of weeks, and you know, apologize to all my fans for driving like crap because I mean, I have done some really dumb stuff and made some bad mistakes, and nobody's fault but my own.
Right.
So I had to change my mindset coming in here, just saying I just have to run the best that I can, stay on the racetrack, and stop doing stupid stuff.
Right.
And luckily, Dave did stupid stuff, and Joe did stupid
Right.
stuff, and I actually ended up with a podium. I was probably really a 5th place car, but I just had to run my race and stop worrying about, you know, trying to stay glued to somebody's bumper and not letting them get away. And so I had to discipline myself a little bit. But overall, man, I had a great night. I had a crew chief helping me there.
Awesome.
And, yeah, it's Red Sox racing, man. It's, to me, this is the best road racing.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, you know, Joe's freaking fast, and you know, the finish in the top 5 here is hard, really hard.
Yeah, so I was talking to Ross as well, and I asked him about Laguna Seca. We know that you're fast there. I watched you race there. I think the very first broadcast I ever did. Can't remember if you won or had an issue, but I know you started up front. How do you feel about going back there?
Man, I love Laguna. I've raced there through several different platforms and stuff. It's one of my favorite places. Everybody's going to be quick there because the track's been around for a while, and you know it's going to be a blast. I look forward.
Well, man, another good night. Shout outs and all that you want to give out.
Yep, Northern Tool and Equipment, Patriot Fire, Coastal Safety Officers, and Dwight Beverly. I miss my brother. He's not hanging around too much lately, but hopefully he'll be back on track soon. And for you guys putting this thing on, and prayers for Les, man. He's had a rough week, man. He lost, I think, his wife, and he's going through a tough time. So thinking about him and all his family. So other than that, man, just everybody.
Hey, good.
It's fun in here, man.
Good job, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
Mark Wilson, Adam Chapman, you got a copy?
Yeah, Adam.
Third place tonight. Not bad, honestly. I was talking about you in the middle of the race, and I was surprised because you was running like sixth or something like that. But not a bad night. Third place overall. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, considering where I started and my practice sessions, I was really struggling. Arrived late to qualifying and jumped in there and did the best I could. And basically, through attrition and no motion sickness, I got it done. This is a tough track.
Oh, that's always a good thing. No motion sickness. I like that. Place very tough to pass. There's only a few passing opportunities here. What was the toughest thing, man? We've seen a lot of guys actually going off the track down right before the final hairpin. What was your biggest issues tonight?
You know what? The uphill, exiting turn 1 and climbing up, and then turn 2 and 3. I was pretty comfortable the rest of the track, though.
How do you feel about next week when we hit a Laguna Seca? I talked to everybody. I've asked everybody else the same question. It's a place we've been to before in the past. It's been a couple of seasons now, but how do you feel about it?
Actually, that's a home track. I've actually had my car out there a few times. So I hope to do well. Hope the BMW, I'm worthy of keeping it up front in the top 5. That's what I shoot for every race. So, yeah, hopefully it all goes well.
Hey, man, you want to give shout-outs or anything like that?
A shout out to the team, TMC, Ross, Dave. Dave had a little error at the end, which got me a podium. Les.
Thing about this league, I'll say everybody's really respectful. Hey, good job tonight, man.
Thank you, sir.
Buddy.
Talk to you later.
Okay. So there you have it, guys. So that will do it here on YouTube. I hope everybody enjoyed the broadcast. I got to go help my sister because she got something caught in her foot, so we'll do that. I hope everybody enjoyed the race. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Y'all have a great night. Take care, and God bless.